Wekire Msanjo Zeihangwe ohulirize KDR 10.3 fama akaire kanu nikakuletewa
MTN. Esente zawo zikuba zitarukumara nozongeraho na Momo Advance wekonyeze Momo app runo miga sita emukaga itanu star itanu hashi oyongereho kandi osasule bills sindika sente rundo gule bundles wesotinga na Momo. MTN.
MTN Uganda nirebererwa ekitongole kya Uganda Communications Commission.
A very good afternoon. My name is Deo Asimwe. I welcome you to KDR News at 1 in the detail. Ugandans who have not yet verified or updated their information have only a few hours left to do so at their nearest update centers as the voter registration update exercise closes today evening at 6 p.m. The voter register update exercise, which began on 20th of last month, has faced several challenges including malfunctioning equipment and logistical issues. These setbacks led some voters to request an extension of the deadline. However, Uganda Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama has ruled out an extension, emphasizing that the Commission must focus on preparations for the 2026 general elections. He notes that the number of new voters registering is not significant enough to justify prolonging the exercise, which is tickling. Eligible voters are urged to act now to ensure they are included in the voter register. Failure to do so could mean missing out on the opportunity to participate in the critical 2026 elections. Crossing over to Chikube district, the 3,600 residents, equivalent to 600 households from water-stressed areas along the East African crude oil pipeline ECOP route are overjoyed following the provision of safe and clean water. A total of 15 boreholes were constructed by the ECOP across 10 districts, including Hoima, Chikube, Kakumiro, Chankwanzi, and Mubende districts. Others are Zimbabwe, Choteda, Lwengo, Rakai, and Gomba. The disclosure was made during the commissioning of the boreholes, which took place at Mukabara village in Kiziramfumbi sub-county, Chikube district. Some districts received 2 boreholes while others 1. Chikube district, for example, received 2 boreholes, one at Mukabara village and another at Rwamisanga village, also in Kiziramfumbi sub-county. At the commissioning ceremony, John Bosco Habumugisha, the Deputy Managing Director of the ECOP project, says that the construction of the 15 boreholes is part of the company's corporate social responsibility. Habumugisha notes that 10 boreholes were replacements for affected water sources, while 5 were built as part of the company's social responsibility initiative. He urges the people of Bunyoro to take ownership of the oil and gas development activities, saying that these projects continue to bring positive developments to the region. He is a resident who offered land for the construction of the borehole in Mukabara village, expresses his excitement, stating that they never imagined having clean and safe water in the area. Hilary Agondeze, the Chikube's water officer, says that the construction of the 2 boreholes will help the district's efforts to provide safe, clean, and protected water sources to the people. He notes that Chikube district has 72% water coverage, which is insufficient to meet the needs of the population. Local government leaders in Uganda have renewed calls for increased budgetary support and provision of official transport vehicles, arguing that inadequate funding is hindering effective service delivery. This demands center stage at the annual general meeting of district speakers held at Waukesha Resource Center in Wakiso district. District speakers from across the country emphasize the need for greater financial support and logistical facilitation to improve governance at the grassroots level. Gerard Twebaze, the Kamwenge District Speaker and Uganda Local Government Association Speaker's representative for the Western region, stresses the urgency of increasing budget allocations. He says that local governments receive less than 10% of the annual budget, yet they are responsible for most service delivery at the grassroots, noting that the figure need to be raised to at least 30% if they are to perform their duties effectively. Leaders also called for official transport vehicles for district chairpersons, speakers and chief administrative officers, saying that lack of mobility impedes their ability to monitor and supervise government programs. Beyond budgetary concerns, speakers urge the government to increase salaries and allowances for government political leaders, from local council 1 chairpersons to district chairpersons, saying that current remuneration is inadequate to meet the demands of their offices. They also push for higher extra gratia payments for district councillors, noting that many struggle to execute their roles due to the limited financial incentives. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, who serves as the patron of the district speakers, pledged to advocate for their demands. Moving on, a border rider in his mid-30s who fled from medical teams tracking Ebola contacts in Mafumbira Zone A and B in Jinja City, Northern Division, has died from Ebola-related symptoms. The rider reportedly began experiencing a heavy fever, but initially avoided seeking medical care, hoping for recovery. However, his condition worsened yesterday afternoon when blood started oozing from his mouth and nose, followed by vomiting blood, which alarmed his colleagues. They then contacted the surveillance team for assistance, and upon arrival, the rider was taken to Jinja Regional Referral Hospital, Ebola Isolation Center, where he died shortly thereafter. Jinja City's senior health educator, Saidi Kalume, confirms that samples had been collected from the deceased and will be sent to Malago National Referral Hospital for further testing. Kalume also notes that 200-meter area around the incident had been fumigated to reduce the risk of further infections. He emphasizes that teams are working with the village health team members to identify potential contacts and ensure proper management. The border rider is reported to have been a relative of 2 other Ebola cases identified in the same area. A health worker who spoke on condition of anonymity reveals that the border rider was a brother to one of the Ebola patients and had been transporting her around for several days. Although the rider had been classified as a prime contact, he discreetly left the convergence center and was not seen again.
You are still listening to KDR News Broadcast. This is the news on the international scene.
For the news on the international scene, the first president of independent Namibia, Sam Nujoma, has died at the age of 95 in the capital Windhoek, the country's current leader has announced. Nujoma led the long fight for independence from South Africa in 1990 after helping found Namibia's liberation movement known as the Southwest People's Organization, SWAPO, in the 1960s. After independence, Nujoma became president in 1990 and led the country until 2005. Namibian President Nangolo Mbumba says that Nujoma had been hospitalized over the past 3 weeks with an illness from which he could not recover. Nujoma retired as head of state in 2005, but continued to head the party before stepping down in 2007 as president of the ruling SWAPO party after 47 years at the helm. Namibia's Vice President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, who is due to be inaugurated as president in March after leading SWAPO's victory in elections, says that Nujoma, who was a visionary leader and dedicated to liberation and national building, who laid the foundation of a free and united Namibia. Dear listener, it is 11 minutes past 1 p.m. We'll take a quick look on the top stories as we wind up today's afternoon bulletin. Electoral Commission voter register update exercise closes today. Safe water reaches residents along Ikapo route. Local government leaders push for bigger budgets and official transport, and Sam Nujoma, first president of Namibia, dies aged 95. That marks the end of today's afternoon bulletin. My name is Deo Asima.
From all over the world, local, regional, national and international, KDRFM brings you all the stories. KDRFM News, world's proudly sponsored by MTN.
Osmosis again.
Osmosis try to pay. Monday wasn't enough. He checked every pocket. Monday wasn't enough. Osi, we're sorting it. With Momo, we're sorting it.
Esente zawe zaba zitakumara inongeraho na Momo Advance. Kozesa Momo app ningo mige star emwe mukagi 5 star 5 hash okushashura ebishare okusindika sente ningo kugura za bando yesotinge na Momo inkora n'ubushoshoreke nibikuratirwa MTN Momo nereberwa banki nkuru ya Uganda.
Yanchi Karuguza bakurete promotion yo mwaka guno myaka kujanja bibwa
habulindwa ile hamitwaro mukaga ni 15 zonka kuletere kome kikebera buli nyakalingo yendwa ile hasentezo pressure ulcers ensigo omutima obune amani gekazine kisaija kuterwa omutwe kulemera mu nsonga kurumwenderalera buli katundu kona bakuletere green tea okarwara maino obaga kaguba ijaba kujanja
tukusuburira cyane mbazi tugisaze mucweka 5 hakikumi emtwaro mukaga so kutandika wadozi ya uboka kiri burwayire bwawe
basange Karuguza urabire hasandi Big Bank amajaki kada hahi na welding balirana ba complex guest house nekipande no banokiro bakora mandi paka sandi haziro msanju mnana mukaga 13 oba 070 rwenda tane mu 023 nitwe abatiyanshi Karuguza ija tukwijanja
for how Chinese bantu baingi muno ohulira kyansimba hano nkwata hamugongo ekifuba kikuremera oburumi munyingo mu baitu hati we kwata ba for how Chinese bamuni bayijanja banokira kimo ebirwaire no biraga nenkora yawe yekikugu baine byoma ebya meridian therapy nibikongera okwigula binywa kutereza migonga alinya bakusasa nibakumara mu busase bona bwino munyingo hati nywa bakuzimbe bigere mugende mubayikire nibakora handweleza maiso nibajanja basukali harusazi okwetaga kusara size okendezo munyeto gwine oine kizibu kyokusanyarara hamuna inywa baterwe stroke niba batereze ni mugaruko kurungi muno aba for how Chinese hano mukaruguza basange amuhanda gwa kizizi ogugenda vision hakyomba ko kyakona house haine ichundiro lya magiteri yaka opposite Millennium Guest House rundi baterera namba ze simu 0 kinana na mnana nsangira musanju asatu na mnana na 0 mwenda nkaga na ibiri kinana na isatu anna nemu for how Chinese hamuno bujanja byo burungi.